Hey guys, I'm Jody.
And I'm Justin.
And we are Board Game Perspective, and we are taking a look at the Search for Planet X, which is a 1 to 4 player game. And this also uses an app, which is free. And in this game, you are playing as astronomers surveying the night sky, trying to figure out where Planet X is. And this is a logic deduction style game. And we are going to do a brief overview of how to play and come back up and give you our thoughts. Let's do a brief overview of how to play. So to set up, you're going to need to download the free Search for Planet X app. And then you got the main board here where you're putting the sun on here. This side is the standard mode. The other side is the more experienced expert mode. And then you're going to have this start on, if I get that in there, on 1. Then you have your player pawns. I have it set up for 2 players. And then this will determine player order. And then everyone starts with their own tokens, a sheet of paper, a pen, and each player has a player screen with a bunch of information on it. So the goal of the game is to figure out which sector Planet X is in, and you'll be gathering information and crossing off stuff on your player sheet and circling stuff are objects that you know are in different sectors, and you're trying to narrow it down to figure out which sector has Planet X. So to start the game, you're going to click Start New Game. Also, if you're playing with other people and they also have the app open on their phone, you can get a game code that everyone can enter in, so you're all playing the same game. So let's go ahead and go forward, and then you're going to pick which mode you want to play. So let's click the standard mode. That's what we have it set up for. And then you are going to move forward. And then here's the code that you can have your other players enter so they can join in on the game. And then you're going to select which side of the board you're playing on. So we're set up for autumn, and we'll select that. And then you can select what difficulty you want to do. Let's select beginner. And then it's going to give you some starting information that you're going to put on your player sheet. So with the starting information, you're going to cross out everything that it tells you. So for instance, Sector 1 is not a dwarf planet. So I found Sector 1 and I crossed off Dwarf Planet, and you'll do that for all this starting information. And after that, you're going to click Start Game, and then this is where you can begin. Now everyone is also going to enter in this research information on your player sheet as well, and also the conference information. So after jotting down all the conference and research information, which you can abbreviate for space sake, then you continue again. And now you are ready to start the game. And this screen here is the main screen where you're going to choose actions and move forward. So each turn will be like this. You will take one of these actions here. Then you're going to, after taking the action, advance your pawn depending on the cost. And then you're going to rotate the board if necessary. And then whenever you rotate the board, if you hit an icon, then you will resolve it, whether it's a conference phase or a theory phase. So let's take a look at the first action, which is survey. And this is just reminding you that you can only survey what is in the visible sky. And on the board, the visible sky is the numbers that you can see. So what this is going to do is you get to survey to see what objects might be in a certain range. So let's check, let's shoot for asteroids. And then you're going to pick the sectors. So the visible sky, let's just say we'll start with 1. And let's go all the way to 5. And we'll go to end sector of 5 here. And then we're going to survey. Now this right here, that 3 time cost, is actually how many spaces you're going to move your player pawn after you do this action. So let's just go ahead and survey. And it says there are 2 asteroids in sectors 1 through 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to jot on your player sheet here, say that you surveyed sectors 1 through 5 and that there were 2. So it'll look something like this. Surveyed asteroid sectors 1 through 5, and there were 2 in there. So now you know that between sectors 1 through 5, there are 2 asteroids in here. And it's important to note that there are some basic logic rules for the objects for all players. So for instance, comets, there are 2 comets, and then they are only in particular sectors. Now there are 4 asteroids, and they're adjacent to at least 1 other asteroid. So you can see as you go down here, there's just ways to help you narrow down things a little bit. So after I finish taking this action, I will have to advance my player pawn by 3 time costs. So I got 1, 2, 3. Now whenever you move into a sector with somebody else, you always go in front. That means this player will go first next time, because whoever is the furthest back will be the first player next round. Let's look at the next action you can take and target, and that costs 4 movement. So what you're going to do is basically you can do this twice in the game, and you can figure out exactly what is in a sector. So let's just choose a sector. It has to be in the visible sky. Let's do 2. All right, we're going to target it, and it says there is an asteroid in sector 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to circle what it was in sector 2, and now you know what's here. Next is research, and that costs 1 movement. And this is where you can get additional logic rules for different categories. So let's just choose comments and reveal information. And it says all the comments are in I'm reading upside down here, in a band of 5 sectors or less. So you're going to write that down on your sheet here for additional information to help you narrow things down. And this is a reminder that you can never do a research action 2 times in a row. Then there also is locate planet X as an action, which we will go over in a little bit. But right now, let's go over these peer reviews and conferences. Now let's say that I was here and I took an action and I just moved up here. So now you always have to move the Earth board along to the last person. So, but as you move along, if you hit these icons, then you have to perform these. And you got conferences, theories, and conferences. So we go here, and this is going to be submitting theories. So what you can do is everybody can submit 1 theory, and basically you're kind of doing an educated guess of what might be in a sector. So let's just say we think that a dwarf planet is in sector 9. So you're going to put it face down so no one else can see and put it there. The theories will be moving down throughout the game, and once they get here, then you're going to do a peer review. It gets flipped over, and this is where you use the app, and and this is where you use the app. You're going to choose the peer review section, and basically you're going to find out whether this is correct or incorrect. And if we move it along and we come across the conference icon, then you're also going to use the app, and everyone is going to do Planet X conference, and we're going to receive some more information. Now let's say we're toward the end of the game and we have crossed out things, we've kind of narrowed it down to what we think is going on. Then we're going to take the action of locate Planet X, and this is where you're going to review or choose information. So you're going to choose locate Planet X, select the sector. Let's just say sector 2 we think it's in. Now you also have to know what is adjacent to Planet X. So you have to know what is in sector 1 and in sector 3 if that's where Planet X is. So let's just say gas cloud we think it is, and an asteroid. And then it's going to click. You're going to click forward, and it's going to tell you if you're correct or incorrect, and that was incorrect. Now, if we were correct in locating Planet X, then that is going to trigger the end of the game. So once the game is over, everyone's going to tally up their points, and whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. So you're going to get points through, let's see here, leader bonuses, and this is where you score 1 point for each sector where you were the first player to submit a correct theory about the object in the sector. And then you've got submitting correct theories, and you get points depending on which object it is. And then you'll get points for locating Planet X. If you were the first player to locate Planet X, you get 10 points, and so on.
Okay, guys, so that was the search for Planet X. And in my opinion, I thought this was a pretty good game. I actually liked the way that the app worked. I liked the way that I like deduction style games anyway, and this one with the paper and being able to scratch things off and really kind of narrow things down using all of the clues, I thought it was really, really well done. I thought that the app did a good job as you were kind of going through and kind of giving you those clues and giving you those things to do on your paper. And then I liked kind of going around and you kind of make predictions too, so I thought that was kind of cool, but also you were kind of limited to certain parts of the sky that you could go to. That was interesting. So I actually really liked, I enjoyed this game. It took me a couple plays to like it, but I got there, and now I would say it is definitely a good game. I would definitely play it again. Big fan.
So, I will continue with the loving this game vibe that we're getting here. Y'all, okay, this game is amazing. You guys just need to check it out. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, and buts. This game is where it's at. Especially if you like logic deduction games. I mean, this is just like the game. You gotta play it. And if you don't like logic deduction, you just gotta give this one a try. I mean, it's so good. And I don't know why you're doing... Okay, that's enough. But no, I'm serious. This game... I think this might creep into my... Probably, I don't know, top 20, 10? I don't know, guys. I love this game. I like logic types of games, and then space theme on top of that, and the app was great with it. Yeah, I really enjoy crossing things off, like he said. You can also take notes about what other people are doing, try to figure out what they're doing, so that helps you figure out what might be in certain locations and submitting theories.
Did you find that was helpful, marking things down for that other people were doing?
I thought about it some.
I didn't.
I need to work on that a little bit more, but yeah.
I don't know. For whatever reason, it didn't seem like it was all that helpful for me, but that was me.
Yeah, and it's just, it's just so cool having all these different logic rules depending on what object, and then when you research, you get new information. Yeah. I mean, I can go on and on and on. This game is just absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to. Like, you need to.
You need to. For Planet
So,
X. Yeah.
So, that is our thoughts of the game. Definitely check this one out. If you have played this game or haven't, or let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this game if you played it. And if you want to help us out, you can click that subscribe button and like this video. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.